Welcome to the TxPROS tutorial, selecting an origin and destination in TxPROS. This video was produced by the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles, Motor Carrier Division for users of the Texas Permitting and Routing Optimization System, also known as TxPROS. On the Enter a Route screen, go to the Origin field. If you click the drop-down menu, you will see 4 options for selecting your origin: address, intersection, border crossing, and latitude, longitude, map. We will start by demonstrating how to use the border crossing option. Select border crossing from the drop-down list. A second menu will appear, showing all state-maintained highways that cross into or out of Texas. These are listed alphabetically by highway name, followed by the border city, and then the state you are entering or exiting. Scroll through the list to find the location you need and click to select it. In this example, we will choose IH-10, El Paso, New Mexico. Once selected, it will automatically populate the origin field. Next, we will show you how to use the intersection option. From the origin drop-down menu, select intersection. Then, click the blue Find Intersection link that appears. This will take you to the Texas map. Enter your intersecting roads in the Street 1 and Street 2 fields. You can use state-maintained highways, city streets, or county roads in either box. In this example, we will enter IH-20 as Street 1 and County Road 3501 as Street 2. Keep in mind, the naming format for county roads can vary. You may need to try different versions to get a result. For example, if we enter CR 3501, the results are that the junction was not found. If we try CR space 3501, it still says the junction was not found. Let us try it spelled out as County Road 3501. It works. So, for any road that is not state-maintained, be sure your spelling is correct. Try adding spaces or spelling out abbreviations. If this is a location you use often, we recommend creating a cheat sheet with TxPROS accepted names to save time. It is also best to leave the city box blank. TxPROS will zoom in on the selected intersection. One or more push pins may appear, depending on how many times the roads intersect. Click on the push pin that matches your starting location. In this example, we will select push pin 1. Your selection will then be added to the origin field. Now we will show you how to use the latitude, longitude, map option. From the origin drop-down menu, select latitude, longitude, map. Then click the blue Find link that appears. This will open the Texas map. Start by entering a focus city near your starting location. In this example, we will enter New Braunfels and click Go. The map will zoom into that area and automatically default to drag map mode, allowing you to move the map as needed. To move the map, simply click and hold your mouse button, then drag the map in the direction you want to go. Be sure to zoom in close enough to clearly see the roadways and make an accurate selection. Once you are zoomed into your starting point, click Select above the map. Then, click directly on the road where your load will begin. Be sure to click the correct part of the highway, such as the main lanes, frontage road, or the appropriate direction of travel, to ensure accurate routing. The latitude and longitude coordinates of the location you selected will then populate into the origin field. The last method for selecting your origin or destination is the address option. Since the process is the same for both origin and destination, we will leave the origin as is and demonstrate this using the destination field. From the drop-down menu, select Address. Next, enter the full address, including the city and/or zip code. In this example, we will enter 9600, North Interstate 35, Austin. Once the information is entered, click Validate and Run to generate your route. If TxPROS is unable to locate the address you entered, you will need to use one of the other methods we covered, such as intersection, border crossing, or latitude, longitude, map, to select your location. If your origin or destination is on a non-state maintained road, be sure to select the nearest state-maintained junction to where you are starting. You will also need to contact the appropriate county or municipality for permission to travel on non-state maintained roads. Additionally, if you need to cross a state-maintained roadway while traveling on a non-state maintained road, make sure to submit the application to the permit office with a permit note explaining the requested route. This will help ensure all state-maintained travel and crossings are properly covered. This concludes the tutorial on selecting an origin and destination in TxPROS. For more information and additional tutorial videos, visit the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles website at www.txdmv.gov and enter the keyword TxPROS in the search bar.